Okay, let's get into it. How have I helped brands generate over $50 million in email revenue? I've broken it down to 5 simple steps you can follow. I'm going to do this raw. I've only got a list of 5 points in front of me on my computer, and I want to give it to you so you can understand what you need to implement today to generate more sales. Now, over the last 7 to 8 years, I've probably seen 800, 900 brands and looked behind the scenes of their email marketing suites. And I can tell you, there's a common mistake made by all brands. Look, email seems complex, but it's the most basic thing out there. Before we had email, we had lumpy mail. Mail went through your door to try and get you to buy products. And email's exactly the same way. And the stuff you saw as junk mail you threw in a bin is what most people send today when it comes to email. So if you send junk, people treat it as junk. If you send value, people treat it as value and they like you more and they buy from you. So like I said, 5 simple things. And if you follow these 5 steps, this will trigger more sales in your business today. I promise you. Just got to follow these 5 steps. And this is the same for all brands. First one, audience attention. You've got to get clear on who you're targeting. Now, when people say it's Sally, she's 35 and she does yoga, that's not clear on who you're targeting. Clear on who you're targeting is like, what pain, what emotion are they going through? Why do they want your product? For this example, let's talk about a sleep gummy to keep it clear. Now, why are they struggling with sleep? How do they feel when they wake up? How do they feel when they're not going to sleep? We have to understand that kind of person so we know when we're trying to get attention online through all our marketing channels to get the right person into our funnel, if you want to call it that. Email is just a funnel. We've got to bring the right person in. So you need to understand who the audience is, because once you understand that, you can take them to the next stage. Understanding your demographic is the most important thing you need in your business. Irrelevant if you ever do email, irrelevant if you ever do any marketing stuff. The reason you're wasting money on marketing is because you don't understand who your real demographic is, who you are targeting. So all the noise you make on social media, all the money you spend on meta ads, all the money you spend and time you waste on doing other activities don't work, because the audience, you and me, when we're trying to buy a product, don't know if it's for us. We kind of have to work out if it's for us. We don't want to work it out. The best brands in the world kind of tell us already that they're for us. And you need to do the same. I know it's a boring subject and people hate talking about it and they hate doing these like avatar things and what have you. But once you understand the emotional state of the person you're trying to target, that's how you communicate. Now that takes me on to number 2. Once you're clear on your audience, you have to capture people's data on the website. If you don't know who the audience is and what really triggers them, your pop-up is going to be poor and it's not going to work. Now, 20% off signing up for my newsletter is absolutely hideous and terrible. Don't ever do it. Now, yes, you're going to say, well, the big brands do it. Well, the big brands have mass traffic to their website every day for people want to buy their product because they've got brand recognition. You probably haven't got brand recognition. Therefore, you have to do something that excites the shit out of the people that come to your website. Now, let's say let's not say anything. I'll tell you what works best for brands that are doing under $200,000 a month in revenue. Buy one, get one free, or get this product free, just pay shipping. Currently right now, we are running a get these 7 samples and just cover shipping, and we have generated over 900 customers in the last 30 days for a brand. You heard that right. 900 customers paying $8.99 for shipping for 7 sample packs of the brand's gummies, right? So that's the right offer. They land on the site from paid advertising or organic advertising. They see the offer on the pop-up and they sign up straight away. They get the product. So we've got done 2 things there. Got their sale or got their email. Now, the goal is always to capture email. The purpose of your website is to make sales and capture data. When you have an email list, you are not renting a data or renting people from Meta. You own it. Therefore, you can communicate with people day in, day out. So number 2, like I said, it's the pop-up. It's the incentive you give when someone lands on your site. Please don't let people land on your site and give them a really shit incentive to give your email address, because all the energy you spend getting into your website, you want to make sure that they give you something, either a sale or an email. If you're not getting one of the 2, then your system is failing straight away. You're wasting too much energy on the acquisition to get into the website and not enough attention on getting that email or getting that sale. That brings me on to number 3, setting the tone. Once you brought someone in, once you've given them they've given you their email to contact them, set the tone from the start. Whether it's signing up for your email list or purchasing the first time, you have to set the tone and tell them why you really give a shit that they spent money with your brand. The emails you send out automatically through flows or automations have to communicate to their deep desires and needs. So therefore, they feel like I said, you give a shit about them. If you do that and do that in a way that's not corporate, in a way they feel like they're actually valued, they're going to come back and buy again, as long as you've got a great product. Now, if you're on here and you haven't got a great product, your system's going to fail from the start. But I'm sure you've got a great product. But you have to make them feel great. How good does it feel when you buy a product of a company and they bombard you with love straight away with emails? Not spamming emails, not ones that are trying to get you to buy and review and all that kind of shit that most of you are doing right now. Hey, what do most people do? They buy from you, you say thanks for your order, you try and get a review from them, you try and get them to go follow your social media pages, then you try and give them an offer. And then you wonder why no one comes back, because all they're feeling is like you're trying to use them for credibility through their reviews. You're trying to get them to follow you on social media. Like, you're trying to get from them, you've got to give to them. I'm not saying give away product, but what I'm saying is like make them feel like you are the experts in the thing that they need. Whether it's a problem or a joy, whatever it is, you've got to make them feel like a king and a queen. If you do that, people come back and all the time. So the goal of your email marketing when it comes to that setting the tone is this. It's to get new customers and ensure customers return, because your lifetime value is the most important metric in your business. If you get people coming back 6 to 7 to 8 to 10 times a year, your value of that customer goes through the roof and allows you to spend more money on marketing, because you understand how many times people come back in that 12-month period or that 5-year period. If your business relies on one purchase and they never come back and then another one purchase, your business is going to die. So email's whole thing is about bringing on new customers and bringing on returning customers. And you do that through communicating through email, because you own that list. You're not renting it every single time you go out to Meta or elsewhere to do marketing. So that brings me to number 4. You have to remain front of mind for the customers. So whether they've signed up on your newsletter and not purchased yet, or they've purchased before, you have to stay front of mind. We live in a world where everybody is busy all the time. They're doom scrolling on social media. They haven't got time to sit around and wait for you to say, hey, we've got this monthly sale. They're already buying stuff and burning their money up and wasting it on other stuff from other brands that are marketing to them. So you have to stay front of mind. So that means emailing, as in daily campaigns, out to 3 to 4 times a week. Now, that probably sounds a lot. And you probably think, I don't want to piss my customers off. Now, that quote, I don't want to piss my customers off, is what kills most people's email marketing, because they believe they're pissing them off. You're not if you're adding value. The brands that spam you and just send you, like I said before, buy our stuff, here's more stuff, shit to buy, and stuff like that, they piss you off because they're constantly trying to get something out of you. When the brands that add value to you, they constantly send you blogs and cool information and things that you can do and how you can change your life by doing this. And have you ever thought about this? Them brands, you read their emails. You might not buy every single time, but they stay in front of mind. So when you think of a sleep brand, a brand product comes to mind. When you probably think of a sneakers brand, a brand product comes to mind. When you think of a drinks or a green shake brand, a brand product comes to mind. Could be multiple reasons, because you've been chased around the internet through marketing, or you're on the email list. You've got to stay front of mind. So let's say, going back to the gummy example, let's say you're starting to struggle with sleep and you've had a bad week, or you're stressed out, or whatever it may be. And then in the next 5 days, 3 emails come through from a brand that sells sleep gummies that helps you get the sleep better. So they're not trying to sell you the gummy. They're going, okay, did you know that the 5 best ways to get sleep at night are use blackout blinds, don't use your phone before sleep, and so on and so forth. But they give you value. Now, they've just given you a piece of information that you could have searched on the internet, but they've given it to you before you've looked, and you've taken that information in. And then when you go, I tell you what, I should go and buy some gummies or some melatonin or whatever it may be, that brand will be front of mind. So that's what you need to know. And the last thing, once you've done those 4 things, is knowing your numbers. Now, this is a really easy way to know if your email marketing is doing well or if it's doing really crap. It's this. Are 40% of your sales coming from email marketing? If they're not, your email marketing is super weak. Now, this is more relevant to brands doing under $200,000 a month in revenue. If you're under 40% of all your sales online are not coming from email marketing, then your email marketing is really weak. Now, within that email marketing, 70% of the sales from that email marketing should come from campaigns, like the daily emails you send out. So 3 to 4. Most people send out one every 2 to 3 weeks, just with a sale, and then wonder why sales don't work and people just get bored. And then 30% should come from automations and flows. Now, automations and flows are things like if you browse the product on the website, it sends you an automatic email saying, hey, do you still want this? Or it might be post-purchase sign up. Then you get sent 3 or 4 emails or 5 emails to like do that warming to make people feel like kings and queens. Or it might be signing up to the website. It'll send you the discount or the offer you made them, and then send a few other emails out. So it's these things that people do. Another good one, which really works all the time, is win-back flows. So you can, if someone has purchased and they haven't purchased within 45 days post that original purchase, you can send them out a sequence of emails that tries to bring them back in. You've got to be all the time, without spamming, is bringing people back into your world and try and buy your products. So that's the 5 elements there. One, really understand your audience. Like think of it as a chain. There's 5 links to that chain. If number 1 breaks, you haven't got a flow. You haven't got a funnel. It's dead. Right, so that's number 1, audience. Number 2, capturing data. Give them a really good fucking reason to sign up. It has to be really good. Don't think about your profit margins. When we think about profit margins, we can't think about the margin of that one single order. You've got to think about lifetime value or annual customer value. How much the customer going to spend over a 12-month period will tell you how much you can give away at the front end to get that customer first time. So that's why numbers are really important. Number 3, setting the tone. Set the tone from day one. Treat them like a king and queen and they'll come back, I promise you. Number 4, making sure you are front of mind all the time. Please don't have this concept of, I don't want to email too much, so I don't want to piss my customers off. It doesn't work. You have to email your customers. As long as you're delivering value, they will come back and they won't be happy and they won't unsubscribe. You shouldn't be worrying about unsubscribe rates. People that unsubscribe were never going to buy your products anyway. I've been with brands for like 2 to 3 years and they've had people on their list for over 24 months until they purchase. So you've got to stay front of mind. Just because someone's not buying today doesn't mean they're not ready. They might be just inquiring. If you understand the pyramid of purchase, only 3% of people are ready to buy right now. The other 97% aren't ready. So you want to be keeping those 97% of people in your ecosystem. So one day they will purchase. And number 5, know your numbers. And the most simplest number is, if your email marketing is not generating over 40% of all your online sales, your email marketing is weak and it's poor and your retention will be terrible as well. And that's it.